Welcome to the Jeddah Corniche, one of the fastest circuits on the calendar. But let's see who will be fastest of them all. We're about to set the grid for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yes, it's qualifying.
Hello everybody, it's Joe here and welcome back once again to my F1 24 career mode journey. We continue season 3 here at Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the second race of the season. If you haven't seen the last one, do be sure to check that one out before you see this one. It was many a battle in Bahrain to try and win the race, but eventually Lady Luck intervened and we had to settle for second. But it was still a very good result, and I'm hoping we can carry this momentum forward into Jeddah. And in Q1, we were second up to a point, but then Verstappen just smashed it out of the park. So Verstappen faster than Q1 over Norris and myself. And then Leclerc was 5th, and Behrman top 10. So still doing relatively decently in the Red Bull. We lost Magnussen, Albon, Perez, Hulkenberg, and I didn't see the last one, but I assume that was Porsche. Right, into Q2 then, and you know what, I genuinely, this is a good circuit to drive. It's so fun to drive, but it scares me, because every time I hit the throttle, I'm worried that I'm going to go wide and into the wall. This is one of those circuits that you just got to be so brave to get every ounce of performance, every ounce of speed. And you've got to be so brave with the walls. But Verstappen going quickest in Q2 again. Half a second. That is dismal. And that is worrying pace from the Red Bull of Max Verstappen. With Leclerc second, myself third, and then it's Alonso and Piastri 4th and 5th. But in Q3 I was determined to find that bit extra pace to push for the front. Qualifying, the checkered flag is now waving. We're on our lap, we're going into the final corner, gunning it out of the final corner, not doing a Verstappen and whacking the wall. What is the time going to be? Is it going to be good enough for pole position? Yes, it is. Pole position number 2 of the season. Can we convert it this time? I sincerely hope so. But there you go, we are on pole position. And it feels pretty darn good to be there. Leclerc making it a Ferrari 1-2 on the grid. Norris is 3rd, then it's Verstappen, Alonso and Stroll 5th and 6th. And Russell, Piastri, Behrman and Gasly completing the top 10.
Good morning, good afternoon, or for us, good evening, as we're under the night lights of Jeddah. The flood... Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Sunshine lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Stroll, Russell, Oscar Piastri, Behrman, Gasly, Hamilton, Ocon, Sainz, Tsunoda, Joe, Magnussen, Albon, Perez, Hulkenberg, and Théo Pourchaire. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today? And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate.
Here we go then, on the grid for the second race of the season. We are underway here in Jeddah. It's an okay start. Leclerc's made a great start though. He might challenge into turn 1, but I'm parking my car in the middle of the circuit. Leclerc's gone round the outside though. Leclerc going round the outside and taking the race lead from us. Leclerc leads, we're in second, Norris 3rd, Verstappen 4th, and Alonso in P5. So the top 5 pretty much as you were, barring a couple of shuffles, but Leclerc leading the way here, but I'm all over the rear of him. I'm not willing to let him run away with this one, using up as much of the battery to stay close as I dare. had a little look down the inside there. That's not really a place you can do it. And I had to back out mid-corner there because we're nearly giving Leclerc a bit of a love tap. We don't want the two Ferraris coming together at any point. Rule number one is don't hit your teammate. Here we go, down the straight. We're going to use our battery, maybe drain it. Oh, we're going to have a look at Leclerc. Yes, we are. We're going to go round the outside of a corner you don't see overtaking on. But we've managed to pull that off round the outside of Leclerc to take the lead of the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. Problem is, I'm out now having to conserve battery, and Leclerc's coming back at me, and Leclerc's retaking the lead. We're going wheel to wheel in the final corner. Leclerc gets it a little bit wrong, but we're still Ferrari 1 and 2. Leclerc retaking the lead, and now he's going massively defensive into one. We're going side by side. I'm going to try and go round the outside like he did on the first lap, and we take the lead back from Charles Leclerc. But on lap 2, he's coming back at me, and he will now have DRS. As in this game, for this season, DRS is now active from the second lap. I'd like to see DRS be active immediately. That could be fun. Right, here we go. Leading Leclerc as we head into the final corner. He had a look round the outside, but I've said, nope, you're not coming through there. Lap 4. Leclerc's trying again. He's going around the outside, but you know what? He has that done before we even get to the braking spot. Leclerc back in the lead, and Verstappen and Norris are just waiting in the wings, hoping this goes horribly wrong and they get an opportunity to have their say. But for now, Leclerc back in the lead. We're right behind him in second place. Norris really waiting right up my shaft, just praying for some kind of disaster between the two Ferraris. But at the moment, it's all looking good. Leclerc leads, we're in second. I'm using DRS to try and get closer, but we're not getting particularly close yet. However, now as we get towards the corner, we're getting close. We're having a look round the outside, but I've gone just a bit too deep. But I tell you what, that's going to help my exit out of the corner, and that does kind of protect me against Lando Norris, but we've not got the momentum from taking that line that I thought we would have. Leclerc sets the fastest lap. He goes to cover. We go around the outside, and we're not able to get past Leclerc there. So Charles Leclerc just holding on to the lead and defending it really nicely. But now I'm really going for it, and unlike Leclerc, I am on soft tyres. These are going to start wearing out soon, so I have to get this done. I have to get past Leclerc and try and get a bit of an advantage while the tyres have the advantage. Leclerc covers once again. It's back onto the pit straight. Can we do anything about our Ferrari teammate draining the battery, or what's left of it? Having a look to the inside, Leclerc says, no, I've gone back to the inside. Are we going to get through? No, we've tapped Leclerc, and we have a bit of damage, but I'm using the outside of turn 1. Leclerc's side by side with me. I'm not done yet. I brake a bit later. There's contact. Leclerc forced wide, and I'm back out. And Leclerc is still holding on to the lead. We're in second place, and I've got a bit deep there. And now the damage is starting to take effect. But Leclerc has a penalty. Charles Leclerc has a penalty for completing the move off the circuit, which you're not allowed to do. One could argue that he was forced off, but at the same time, Lando Norris coming past us here. Max Verstappen having a look. I'll get back to the Leclerc issue later, but we're now going back down the inside of Verstappen. Norris is through. Verstappen bouncing off the wall. We're side by side down the pit straight. I'm trying to use everything in my power to get past Verstappen, but there's no way through here. Alonso's also wanting to get involved down the inside of turn 1. Nothing Verstappen can do there. And Norris just clearing off now because he wants no part in this. And we've got worn soft tyres with damage. So Norris is going to clear off. As I was saying about Leclerc, you could argue that he was forced off, but he still completed the overtake off the circuit, which you're not allowed to do. He would have been given the countdown to let us back through. He didn't. he refused to let us back through, ergo the penalty. Right, here comes Max Verstappen now down the inside. Verstappen trying to complete the move. We've tapped him, and Verstappen has got this done. But we're now going to have DRS down the straight. Are we going to be able to give Max Verstappen a bit of a headache? Alonso wanting to get involved too. But Verstappen doing a good job to cover us off there. Am I going to be able to get the exit? No, Verstappen completes the move. And now we've got Alonso, Russell and co right behind. And I'm thinking the sooner I get into the pits, the better. And just as I pit, Oliver Bearman is out of the race. And the virtual safety car is deployed. So I won't lose as much time as I would have if it was full racing speed, because the drivers are going round at reduced speed. So I'm getting a new front wing put on. There's been an issue putting the front wing on, so it's a 10-second pit stop, unlike what could have been a 7-second pit stop, which means we do actually probably lose out the time we wouldn't have lost had we not had to change the front wing. So nothing really gained there, but it's still beneficiary to do the stop under the virtual safety car and not lose everything that we would have. And now it's time to put in some absolute flying laps. We're going to try and take these mediums to the end. I really hope they make it. I'm quite worried that they won't, but for now it's full steam ahead, and I just love the way we're pushing hard to try and reduce whatever the loss would have been thanks to changing the front wing, and the front wing getting stuck while we're trying to get it on. And as it turns out, we're only just behind Russell, so I don't think we've lost too much here. But now it's time to battle with George Russell, who is currently in 7th, but I think there's more cars in front that haven't pitted yet. And we've got an objective to keep fuel above a certain level. To be fair, those ones I don't pay all that much attention to, because the car contains quite a bit of fuel anyway. Kissing the barrier there, that's not what we want to do. And as we now come to the DRS zone, we're attacking George Russell. We're going to go around the outside of him here. Russell tries to fight me off, but there's not a lot he can do. He does tap the rear of my car. Russell trying to get back alongside for his own shot at DRS, but I'm covering him as much as I dare. Russell getting that move back done, and here comes Fernando Alonso. He's keeping Russell busy. I'm trying to go around the outside of the pair of them, and I managed to see them both off. What a move! That was brave there. I really thought that could have ended in a collision, but we took the risk. It paid off, and we saw the pair of them off. So, your current order is Norris, Verstappen, myself, Alonso, Russell, and I think we've got a couple of Kit Saubers behind as well. I can't really make it all out on the minimap, but now we're chasing down Max Verstappen for second, and I'm really pushing for it. I really want P2, and maybe if we carry on running the pace we are, have a shot at attacking Lando Norris for the win. But we're not going to be able to do that unless we can dispatch Max Verstappen. So that's exactly what we're trying to do now on the DRS point here. On lap 14, Verstappen goes to cover. We go around the outside, and that is the move pretty much done there. And now we're going to have to cover because we've got the second DRS zone here. And this makes me reminisce of the battle between Leclerc and Verstappen here. So far so good, however. We're in P2 and we are starting to catch Lando Norris, but now we've got a problem with Verstappen coming back at us, and Verstappen getting that done. That is not what we need. We don't need to be losing time fighting the Red Bull here. I need to be getting after Norris, and instead now we're once again fighting Verstappen for P2. We're right behind the Red Bull, and once again we've got to try and figure out how we're going to get past. The best bet is to wait for a DRS zone. Are we going to use this one? I think this is a good one to use, because 9 times out of 10 it's really unsuspecting for the driver. Here we go then, attacking Verstappen here, going down the inside, and surely this is move done. Verstappen trying to fight me, banging wheels there, but it is move done, up into P2. and now we can try and get back after Norris again, but Verstappen will come back after us. He's got 2 DRS zones now upon which to attempt it. He's not really been able to do much there, but we've kissed the inside barrier, and that's now going to allow Verstappen to run on us. The gap is coming down like wildfire. We're going to cover the inside, but Verstappen getting that move done just before the corner. And once again, we have to figure a way past the Red Bull. Verstappen's not got the exit of the corner right though, and that allowed us a little opportunity, but Verstappen found the momentum and was able to keep P2. And Hamilton and Russell are now starting to close in. So it is now becoming more of a battle for second, rather us getting a chance to get after Lando Norris, which is a shame because I think we have the pace to do it. But unfortunately, we are too busy racing other cars. And here we come again at the Verstappen. Verstappen covering the inside. We're going around the outside, going wheel to wheel with the Red Bull. Verstappen still covers. Back on the straight. Back into the toe. Back into the DRS. Draining the battery. Side by side with Verstappen. And we're making sure he has to go in super tight into one. But we have got that move back done again. Problem is, Lando is now 5.5 seconds down the road, and we are running out of laps to try and catch him. And in fact, Norris is now starting to pull away, so he's going quicker. These medium tyres aren't feeling as good. Verstappen is getting back past, and we're gonna get him back on the straight. We're now getting back in the slipstream. Going for the inside. Verstappen covers. To the outside we go. Sweeping round and retaking P2. And that is move done once again. But Verstappen still not done with us. Still wanting to come back at us. Meanwhile, there is a McLaren pulling over to grind to a halt. It's Oscar Piastri with an engine failure. Oscar out of the race. And that's unfortunate for him, and that's going to have Lando worrying just a little bit about the reliability of his car. And Verstappen just powers through again. There's not a lot we can do on the straight. Verstappen getting us back, and now we've got to wait a lap again to try and get that done. The Mercedes are really closing in now, but they're battling each other. And I think it's at this point Leclerc has joined the fight as well, so he's going to be going after them. Leclerc wanting to get back in this race after that penalty, so he's really storming through the field and doing a solid job. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get back after Max Verstappen. I'm not done with him yet. Here we go. We've got 2 DRS zones upon which to attack him. I'm trying to stay behind for this one and use the one on the straight. Using a bit of overtake to get us closer. Are we going to take the look down the inside here? Yes, we are. Okay, the momentum I came at him there, that kind of caught me off guard a little bit, but we were able to get the move done. The problem is now Verstappen will have a run. We have more battery to play with to protect us down the straight, and that keeps Verstappen from having a go. Right, it's the final lap of the race now, and we've been able to stay ahead of Verstappen up to this point. But now Leclerc is getting involved. Norris is way too far down the road at this point to do anything, so it is going to be a race win for Lando Norris. But the question is, who's going to get second? Will it be myself? Will it be Verstappen? Will Leclerc have anything to say about this as we head to the final DRS zone of this Grand Prix? And I'm just going to drain every ounce of life from the battery and hope that's going to be enough to hold on to P2. Verstappen going for the inside, Leclerc going for the outside. Who's going to get it? I brake later than the pair of them. See them off. Lando Norris has won the race. Who's going to get third? Will it be Verstappen or Leclerc? We get second, but who got third in the end? I believe it was Charles Leclerc.
Great drive. Everyone here is
Oh,
really
what
happy
a
with that
finish.
performance. Well done, mate.
Lando Norris, take a bow, and last, a winner in Formula One.
Well, it all came good in the end for them, but it wasn't an easy start. Not the most straightforward of days, but I think it shows great strength in an athlete as a driver when you can overcome a day like this and walk away still with a victory.
Our winning drivers are on their way to the podium right now. It's been a fantastic race for McLaren, that's for sure. And no doubt, they'll be celebrating tonight. Well, what an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
So here are your results in Jeddah. Lando Norris wins, I get second, Leclerc gets third, Verstappen fourth, Russell fifth, Hamilton sixth, Stroll brings home some good points for Aston Martin in seventh, Sainz gets eighth, Alonso, who won the first race, down in ninth, and Gasly 10th. I feel like I could have won that one, but again, making contact with Leclerc's rear wheel just kind of ruined that one for us, and we had to change the front wing. This time I will take accountability and say that's on me, and yeah, I feel like as well if I hadn't raced Leclerc quite as aggressively, we could have had a Ferrari on the top step as well, so accountability to be taken there, and I will take it. Do apologise, but anyway, we're now leading the Drivers' Championship without having won any of the races because both of them we finished second. Lando Norris and Leclerc are equal second on 30 points, but Norris is ahead on countback, having won this race, and obviously Leclerc hasn't got a win yet. Alonso is fourth, and in the Constructors' Championship you can see that we are leading that as well. And Max Verstappen in the Drivers' Championship is rounding out the top 5. This is going to be a very interesting season. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I have been Joe. Thank you once again for watching. TTFN, ta-ta for now. Look after yourselves and I'll see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.